Now, for many years, warehouses have been seen as the least glamorous end of the commercial property market, behind the likes of offices and shopping centres. But now their moment has come. Segro, the UK's largest operator of warehouses, has just been elevated to the FTSE 100 as e-commerce has boosted demand for its sheds. Today it reported a 23% rise in half-year pre-tax profits to £91 million. And David Sleeth is the Chief Executive. He joins me now. So, David, is this all down to e-commerce?
It's not entirely down to e-commerce. If you look at our business, we have a very broad range of customers across lots of different industries. I mean, we touch just about every part of the economy. But there's no doubt, Ian, that the big driver of demand at the moment, and has been for a little while, is the growth in internet retailing. I mean, the names that are selling product online are growing. They need space for delivery of the product, and it's a bit of a boom market at the moment for that type of property.
And you don't see any sign of that drying up any time in the near future?
I think it's got a long way to go in the UK, which is a big part of our business. What we found interesting in the last few months is that on the continent, we have a big part of our portfolios in continental Europe as well. And there's been a noticeable acceleration of the growth in e-commerce on the continent, and a lot of space again being demanded by retailers, online and traditional retailers, who want to be able to have that offering.
The interesting thing is, though, that your rents are substantially lower in continental Europe than they are in the UK.
Yeah, rents have always been a little bit cheaper in continental Europe, and that's simply down to land prices. I mean, we're in a very land-constrained country in the UK. It's Mark Twain who said, "Buy land, they're not making it anymore." I mean, when it comes to warehouse space, it's actually shrinking. You look at somewhere like London, former industrial land is being handed over to other uses, particularly residential. So the amount of space available for warehouses is shrinking at a time, of course, when demand is growing because of the internet growth and increasing population in the big cities.
You're also using some of your warehouses, though, as data centres. Is that more profitable than their more traditional uses?
It's a little bit more profitable. The great thing about data centres, and it's been a huge growth area for us. I mean, we have something like 25 huge server farms, if you like. They look like warehouses from the outside. They're full of very sophisticated, expensive IT equipment. And with all the growth in YouTube and streaming and all the things we do, it's become a very much a hot property. And the thing we like about them is that the customers that take that space, they put a massive investment in terms of equipment inside the buildings, and so they're likely to stay there for a very long time.
Now, nearly 2/3 of your assets are in London and the south-east of England. Lest we forget, you used to be called Slough Estates, close proximity to Heathrow Airport. How worried are you that this third runway is ever going to get built?
Well, not only do we have a lot of space in Slough and the Thames Valley, but we have a lot of property in and around London airports, including the cargo facilities at Heathrow. So we're very interested in that. We think that there's a very strong case for the third runway at Heathrow. I mean, it's our only hub airport. It's really important in the context of Brexit, especially, I would say, that the UK can reach out, can form new trading relationships, and that means we need to be able to get there quickly. What a lot of people don't realise with cargo and exports is a very large part by value of UK exports, something like 40%, go by plane, and they don't go in separate planes just for cargo. They go in what's called the belly hold, the underbelly of passenger planes. So it's a great way of accessing new markets if we can put those new routes on. So the case for Heathrow, I'd say, is stronger than it's ever been.
And briefly, David, you're worried about a drop-off in cargo and freight volumes post-Brexit?
They've been holding up very well. In fact, possibly because of the weaker sterling, exporters have had a pretty good time in terms of their competitiveness.
All right, David Sleeth from Segro. Good to see you. Thanks very much for joining me.